Hello, YouTube. It has been a while since I've made a video for my channel Demand Better Canada, but today I have decided to weigh in on something. Although, to be honest, I should probably say this first. Free Palestine, because that's a video that I've been meaning to get out for a while. To be honest, I'm resurrecting the channel, and I've got a ton of things that I need to talk about. There's a lot of misinformation floating around out in the world right now, and it would be good to put some of it to rest. And so, one of the things that I'm going to talk about just now, because it grabbed my attention, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually one of the few things where the propaganda of the other parties might not drown out the NDP so much that nobody hears their message to begin with. So right now, the NDP is literally the only party that is fighting against foreign interference in Canadian elections. The Liberals are probably aware that they've definitely engaged in it, allowing Chinese and India and various other sort of intelligence agencies and national interests, probably major corporations as well. They've been influencing our politicians largely by, giving donations and coordinating volunteers and doing extra work for the politicians, it sounds like. Obviously, I have not read the report, but neither has Pierre Poilievre. And the reason why is because he refuses to have his past looked into and his connections looked into by our intelligence agencies to make sure he would have the security clearance to look at it. So he's not allowed to look at it because he is so goddamn suspicious that we don't currently let him look at classified documents. And yet, he's likely to win 100% of the power in the next election because of vote splitting on the left. 60% of Canadians are going to vote for progressive parties and progressive rhetoric in the Liberals, who do not actually govern as a left-wing party, but run and campaign as if they are a left-wing party because they want to split the left-wing vote. And they do. And because of them, Conservatives will often win with only 40% of the vote, and that gives them 100% of the power. But this time, they're literally running a guy so untrustworthy that we don't let him see classified documents right now, even though he's the leader of the opposition. Why won't Pierre Poilievre let his connections be assessed? Is he genuinely that corrupt that it would be that obvious to our intelligence agencies that he is either a foreign asset or a corporate asset? He is controlled by some entity somewhere, but he refuses to let us know who those people are. And yet conservatives who claim that they don't trust government, who claim that they want to push back against, powerful liberals controlling society, they're going to let this guy, who's an asset to some foreign entity, to some corporate entity, they're going to let him control the government 100% of power. He's just going to take our tax money and funnel it to his corporate donors. That's what conservatives do every single time. The NDP actually spends the money on government and gets government done. And the reason why is because they want to prove to people that government works. Whereas the Liberals, they don't really feel the need to prove that. Maybe a little bit more than the Conservatives, but the Conservatives are actively trying to prove to you that government does not work. So, this next election, in Ontario, in Canada, in all the different provinces, currently we are being destroyed. Canada's standard of living has gone down substantially during the period that Conservative premiers have ruled over Canada. And they control your standard of living, trust me. It's not, the federal government has some effect, but the Conservative premiers are the ones that control your access to services, they control your rents, they control your local infrastructure, your access to vehicles, the cost of those vehicles, the insurance, all these different things, your prices, your pretty much every cost in your life, your childcare, your schooling, your healthcare, extra costs, all those extra fees that they've had to add on because, conservatives have slashed the healthcare budgets. All of that money coming out of your pocket is because of conservatives. So they say they're going to lower your taxes, but what they really mean is we're going to increase your costs and But those costs are now going to go to some for-profit corporation instead of to taxes. You're not paying less, you're going to pay more. But the money's no longer going to the government. Like, I'm not in favor of the government in all circumstances, but they hate the government so much that they literally are breaking it and don't want society to work. Because then they can privatize it, then they can sell it off to their rich friends. I feel like this has been a good jump back in. It's been, it's a little bit low effort. I'm going to, toss more evidence on the screen next time. But, yeah. Thank you for watching. I'm back to YouTube, baby.